Sure. The thesis that I outlined is one that is coming true now, where larger and larger data sets are teaching us more about everything from basic disease biology to the personal experience of disease in the case of clinical data sets. And we see a lot of capital, both in big pharma, in big tech even, and in the biotech sector, flowing to efforts that try to capitalize on those data sets and those ideas in one way or the other. There are also, I should mention, new laboratory techniques, which are very data intensive, which allow us to do massive experiments that really resolve heterogeneous biological phenomena, sometimes in new model systems, but always in a way that allows us to test causation in a way that was impossible before. For example, the whole science of functional genomics. So if you put all of these things together, there is, a real opportunity to make product development more efficient and responsive. But we found that in spite of the amount of capital flowing into this space, for various reasons that I'll go into, very few companies are going to successfully produce products that benefit patients. And some of those failure modes are scientific, that the data sets that they're working with are not statistically powered to answer questions that are relevant for product development. Also, many of these companies, given those limitations, do not have the ability to generate data sets of their own that would answer new questions of biology. In fact, in the way that GRAIL did, and every single Foresight Labs company is constituted to do. And then still analyzing those data using the latest methods is very difficult to do at scale, because to scale that up to these large data sets, to do it with statistical rigor, requires a combination of engineering knowledge and knowledge in various forms of statistics, ranging from statistical genetics to machine learning, that is really difficult for companies to access early. And then finally, you can count no longer on the fingers of one hand, but perhaps on the fingers of two hands, product development environments, companies where there are really been good training grounds for people to develop these skills and understand practically how to apply them in a product development setting. So observing all those barriers, we decided to create Foresight Labs. And the primary asset in Foresight Labs, frankly, is the spectacular team that we've assembled. My colleagues are from places like GRAIL, like Verily, like the Regeneron Genetics Center, places that have really been at the forefront of developing these methods and applying them to large-scale problems in everything from care delivery to early drug discovery. There are about 35 of them in Boston and San Francisco, and they are a very creative and dedicated bunch of people who are quite interested in serving a catalytic role in ushering in this new revolution. So what they have done is created not just a repository of data that is quite significant, mixture of public and proprietary data, but also the tools to generate new large-scale data sets, sometimes in cohorts of even 100,000 patients in some of our projects, and to make sense of it and use it to really answer questions about biology or clinical medicine. That platform we apply in partnership with each of the companies that we create, not just at inception, but for the duration, for as long as the companies need it. And that model of creating these new data sets, whether they're in the laboratory or in the wild, in clinical data sets, with that kind of team that serves as durable partners to the companies as they scale and grow forward, is one that at this stage in the history of data science oriented healthcare and life sciences companies, I think is quite catalytic.